Hi everyone, this is Fiber Herbs with fibrosavings.com, and I am doing a video response to, and I forgot that person's name, but I'm going to leave his video responses in the description box so that you can see his. I have been having a really tough time this week couponing. And here is my theory on that subject. And I've been seeing other people's YouTube videos, and it seems like they're experiencing some of the same things. Well, to me, it seems like every time that show re-airs, extreme couponing, it seems like we have more problems with the retailers when that show airs. And it's just really, really frustrating to me. I have been shopping at some of these stores all year long with my coupons. A lot of these people know me by name, especially at Rite Aid. I go in there 2-3 times a week or whatever, and they know me by face, by name. They ask, how's your school bus doing? I mean, they know personal information about me because we have conversations with a lot of the people. But it was just one particular cashier that I always have a problem with when I use my coupon. Sometimes when I see her in the store, I just turn around and walk back out. But because I wanted to actually get that deal done that day, and I didn't want to go back to Rite Aid this week because I was working on Walgreens, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a chance with this lady. And so it just really doesn't make sense for me to have to leave the store and go to another one maybe 4 or 5 miles away just because I don't want to be frustrated while I'm at the register. The issue that I experienced with her was she was saying that just because the coupon says redeemable at Walmart, mine's in particular just had the Walgreens logo on it. But I got it off of coupons.com. It began with the 5. This coupon, it looks similar to this. I had an Almay coupon. Let me see if I can get this to focus so you can see it. You can't see. You see that Walmart on there? It had Walgreens right below it. It was an Almay coupon, but it was a manufacturer. It started with the 5. Now, as you see, I have their policy pulled up, and it says manufacturer coupons are found in newspapers, magazines, and even affixed to products. The UPC on these coupons began with a 5. So I just called customer service, and I explained what happened. And she at first did not know, because she was saying, well, no, that we're not allowed to accept coupons that has a logo on it. They just don't take them at the store. And I'm like, well, I'm not saying a coupon that says redeemable only at that particular store. It says, some of them say redeemable at, or it just had the logo on it. I said, but it had the 5 on it. It began with the 5, and it had an address where you can send it off to have the coupon redeemed. So she said, well, let me ask my supervisor. Excuse me. So she asked her supervisor, and her supervisor says, yes, that store was supposed to take that coupon. And I'm thinking that they're kind of upset about that because they must have been getting other complaints. Because she said that what she decided to do was, she asked me what coupons that I was using and the value of the coupons. So I told her I was trying to use 2 of the Nature Made vitamin coupons at $2 each, and then I was trying to use 1 Almay coupon at $1. And so she said, well, what we'll do is send you a $5 gift card, even though you didn't purchase the products. Because I told him, I said, I got so frustrated, I just left. I told him to cancel the transaction, and I left. And she said, well, even though you didn't buy the product, she said, we're going to send you a gift card anyway for the amount of the coupons you were trying to use, just for the trouble. And she said, we're going to send a note to that store and try to help them to get on the same page as, this is what she says, quote unquote, on the same page as our corporate office. So yes, people, make these people stand by their policies. You know, don't let them bully you in the store. I'm not a confrontational kind of person. I got really, really upset. I could have really went off on these people. But I was like, because I knew that I was right. And I was highly offended by the fact that I come in there, these people know me by name, they know that I do not pass off bad coupons to them. So I got offended by the fact that I was treated that way. And so I could not let it slide. I finally had a chance to call corporate office, and that was the end result of that. So I'm getting a $5 gift card. They're going to notify the store so that I should not have problems next time I go in there. So that was issue number 1 that I experienced. Now issue number 2 was at Walgreens, and it was yesterday. I was in there trying to, you know, do the deal with the sinus, acid reducer medicine and the fish oil. So I had like I think I had about 5 or 6 transactions that I was going to roll back and forth, and I still left products on the shelf. I did not clear the shelf. There was like 2 rows of that acid reducer medicine left. There was like another whole row of the fish oil left. So, you know, I didn't clear the shelf. Anyway, I go to the first cashier because I had went earlier that morning at another location. It was ringing up at $9.99. So the manager price modified it, and it still printed out the $6 reward. So I only did 2 transactions at that store. So I went to another store and I did about 3 transactions, and they had the price I told them, I said, yeah, it was ringing up at $9.99. They had the price modified at the other store. So the manager was there. He was, you know, stocking cigarettes right behind the cashier. So he price modified it, and it printed out just fine. And I was able to do that twice at that store. So I went to this other location because they had the fish oil that I wanted. And so I tried to do the same thing. So the cashier said, well, it didn't print this morning. I said, well, I just left one of your stores and it printed. I said, they had the price modified to the $6 and it printed. And she was like, well, it didn't print this morning, so I can't guarantee that it'll, you know, work. So I went back to try to put my stuff back on the shelf, and I said, you know what? I said, I know it works. I said, she's got to be lying to me. So I went back. I said, well, could you go ahead and do it? And if it doesn't work, then I'm not out of anything, because I'm paying for it with a $10 up reward, and I'll just, you know, pay for it with the reward and just, you know, call it a day, even if it doesn't print. So when she did it, it printed, of course, like I knew that it would. And she was like, oh, I didn't know this. I'm thinking to myself, no, chick, you knew. You just was lying. Then I was going to go to my second transaction. Well, we can't do any more than 2 transactions. The computer will lock up. Now, when did Walgreens computer start locking up when you do 2 transactions? And do they have some kind of camera in front of you to see that it's the same customer that's doing the second transaction? So she was like, yeah, you have to go over to the beauty counter to do that. So I get to the beauty counter. I'm waiting like 5 minutes before somebody even came over there. And when I get ready to start doing the transaction, she was like, I said, yeah, I'm letting you know that I'm going to roll my transactions. And she was like, what do you mean roll your I said, I have multiple transactions and I'm going to use the rewards to pay for them. Oh, okay. She said, but you can't do but 3. I said, now the other chick just said 2. And then she said 3. I said, when did they start this? Oh, they've been had this. I said, oh, I haven't seen that in the policy. Did they just put that in the policy? Oh, well, I don't know. That's just what they told us. I said, okay. So anyway, I just put my stuff up there. I wasn't thinking about it because she was going to do my transactions. So she got to the acid reducer, and I told her about they had the price modified, and she was like, oh, I don't know about that. So she calls the manager that was on duty over, and she said, well, no, my manager told me that we not just price modified, that she'll take care of it when she gets here. And plus, one of the cashiers told me that it's not printing the reward. I said, well, look, she just price modified it. She just did it. It is printing the reward. She just did it? I'm like, yeah, she just did it. I said, I told her the manager did it at the other store and it worked. I said, she just did it. So I guess she was upset that that cashier did it because they were lying saying that they weren't supposed to do it. But anyway, at this point I got aggravated with them, and I told her the ad was laying right there on the paper. I said, look here. I said, you all need to take y'all personal opinions up with corporate office. I said, CVS and Rite Aid put limits on these items. If your corporate office wanted limits put on here, then they would have put limit 4 in this ad, or they would have put limit 2, or they would give us a customer card to where we couldn't get any more than 1, 2, or 4, or however many that the corporate office want us to get. But by the fact that there are no limits listed here in this ad, we can get as many of these items as we want. I said, so by you giving me this problem, you're not agreeing with your corporate office, and you need to take that up with corporate office and not take that out on the customer. And at that point the manager was like, oh, she means business. And she said, well, I guess go ahead. And she went on the price modified it, and everything happened. And then she walked off. She didn't want to have to deal with me no more. So the cashier said, and now when I got to the 3rd transaction, I asked the cashier, I said, can I do these other 2 transactions, or are you all going to just stop me here at 3? She said, well, go ahead. Come on. I'll go ahead and do it for you. I'm like, okay, well, I really appreciate that. So yeah, I got my stuff. I got the items that I needed. Both. I'm going back tomorrow to get the items that I was trying to get with my coupons at Rite Aid tomorrow. So yeah, you got to make these people honor what they say. And a lot of times it is the opinion of these managers and the personal feelings of the managers and the cashiers, and they're imposing their own laws. And that's what I told that Walgreens manager. I said, you all just making stuff up off the top of your head. I said, because I print out these policies, I know what the policy states, I know what this ad states. This ad says this item is $6. So you have to price modify it at $6, and you have to give me that reward at $6. Even if it doesn't print, you're supposed to at least force print it or do something to give me that reward. So I was just frustrated because I was really irritated because people have been irritating me all week long with these coupons. And it's only because this show is out. They just act like they go nuts when this show comes out. So yeah, be firm, be nice, be polite, be firm. And I'm going to put these corporate offices' phone numbers in my phone, and I'm going to call them and put them on speakerphone right then and there in the store. And we're going to get these issues resolved right then. So that is my rant and my coupon tip. And I know it was kind of a long video, but I wanted to explain the situations. And I know some of you have been experiencing that too. So this is just some suggestions that I'm going to implement. And I just wanted to let you know, corporate office, a lot of times are not aware that these managers are doing this. And so because Rite Aid seemed like they were kind of perturbed that manager, because I knew, because this policy, this is the first rule in their policy, that if it starts with a 5, then it's a manufacturer coupon. So there is my rant for the day. Bye for now, and I will keep you posted on any other activities.